Hello everyone, this is Doug and I'm with Carl Satterley tonight. This is the inaugural, what it started out to be a live stream on YouTube. Well, once we went to click on that, it says that you need a few more subscribers than we have. So for now, it's not going to be live stream, it's just going to be a recorded, uploaded stream. So how's that? So again, I'm Doug, this is TJetClub. It's the YouTube channel that's affiliated with TJetClub.com, where I do repairs, all kinds of stuff. Go there and check it out. But what we're getting ready to do is launch on the Facebook page, facebook.com/TJetClub. We're getting ready to do some live auctions of some slot cars, mostly T-Jet stuff. Every once in a while we'll throw something that's not a T-Jet, but it's going to be mostly T-Jet based. And tonight we're just going to kind of introduce the mindset behind the YouTube channel, and then we'll talk about some of the cars that we're going to be auctioning off next week. We haven't decided on a date and a time yet, but we will let you know. So if you follow us on Facebook, we'll post that on there, and if not, we'll definitely come on here on the YouTube channel and share that with you as well. So for right now, the auctions will be on the Facebook page, just because I don't know how to do a live auction on the YouTube channel when we can't do live streaming. So there you go. The idea behind the channel and all this stuff is just another way, another place for people who are into slot car racing, especially T-Jets, to gather and share information. We're going to have a lot of tutorials, tips, tricks, fun stuff as well. We're going to talk about our club that is in South Dakota, western South Dakota. There's a strong group of guys. We've got a number of tracks that we race at, and we have some classes that we are particularly fond of that we race as well. And we'll kind of break those down over the next number of episodes. But we might talk about one or two of them tonight. It's not going to be super long tonight, but we will talk about some of the stuff that we got going on. If you follow the page, the web page, TJetClub.com, you'll see that I do some repairs. There's some tools that I sell, and then I'm into I designed and I create bodies as well. The ones that I've done here recently are all themed on dirt track racing, because that's kind of where my heart is. That's where my background is. Just to show you a few of them, this is a street stock car that I print. Here is a modified car. Here is a late model car. Here is a sprint car, wing sprint car, and then it's also a non-wing sprint car as well. So that's kind of fun. And then last, there's a stadium truck. So those are some of the ones that I've designed and printed. You can find them at TJetClub.com. They're for sale there. That's the business end of it. So what we're going to do, tonight we're going to showcase some of the cars that we're going to be auctioning off on the first live auction. And I'll kind of hand this over to Carl. I've been doing most of the talking, but Carl is kind of the, if there's something to know usually about slot cars, we all run to Carl. He's forgotten more than we usually know, and he doesn't forget much. So he's got, maybe when we're done here, we'll show a little bit of one of the tracks that he has here in his basement. But we'll kind of, I'm going to hand this over to him and let him show you some of the cars that he's selected for this very first inaugural auction. So I'll hand this over to Carl.
All right, thanks for that introduction. No pressure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've bought in a lot of collections over the years, and I finally have a place where I can display the cars I wanted to keep. And so it leaves a lot of doubles and triples, And so this is something that me and Doug have talked about for a long time, and I'm really hoping that we can start this and it becomes something that happens regular. I want to do something a little different. I'm not a high-end collector. I don't collect prototypes and on that kind of thing. I want to sell cars to guys who race, guys who build, guys who restore, modify, and there will be high-end collector cars once in a while. There will be TJets, but there's going to be everything, and I want to just put it out there that it's okay to collect Tyco. Just don't tell anybody, okay? And so there's going to be all of that, and I'm going to auction them off and offer them in the way they've come to me. So they're not necessarily going to be complete cars. They're going to require someone to put a pickup shoe on a tire or something like that. But it's going to be kind of barn find. It's going to be how it comes to me. I'm not going to restore them, pretty them up, or anything like that. You get them the way that I have found them, and I'm hoping to get through the next 450 cars, and then I want to get back to buying collections. I enjoy doing that, and then I want to have this group of people that I can then share that with. How fun would that be? You buy a collection, I show up with it, and we start auctioning these off and having a good time with it. And that's the goal. And so I'm hoping that's what happens. And so tonight I just went in and I grabbed a mixture of stuff. And but I want to start with a story, and so each week when we have an installment, it'll be something new and different. And I wanted to start with a story as when I was a kid. The very first slot cars I got was actually a speed steer set that my parents had bought me for Christmas, and then cool cars and all, but they didn't know that they were not slot cars, that they had a guide pin. So when I went downtown to race on the local tub track as a kid, the cars wouldn't work. So I had to buy another car. And so me being a broke kid, I went and rode my bicycle through alleys and stuff like that and found enough returnable glass pop bottles, and then saved up my $5.50 and went down to Kmart and I bought an orange 55 Chevy AFX. And I just so happen to have it. Oh, no, that ain't right here. And of course, it doesn't look too original anymore. When you're an only child, you play a lot of slot car solitaire. So that means you drag race yourself. So everything got turned into a drag car when I was young. So no bumper, no scoop, away with the pipes. The back bumper is the lighter, faster. And so, but that is my original 55 Chevy that I bought at Kmart, and I just adore the thing. But I thought I would start this whole process off. The very first car will be an orange 55 Chevy, and this is a sweetheart of a car, and it's difficult for me to let this go, but I will. And this will be the very first car that gets auctioned. After that, it will be random, and there will be no order to the cars, but this will be the very first car that goes up.
Yeah. And unlike TJetClub, it is an AFX.
Yeah, they're acceptable, right? I hope they're acceptable.
Right.
Anyway.
Absolutely.
So, okay, if we're going to do T-Jets, then I have this pair of really cool cars. They're both Makos. Not perfect, but pretty nice. But they both have custom matching wheels to go with the body. And I thought I would go ahead and run these up at the same time. So if a person wanted them both, they can sure do that. And then just to mix things up, we have a Batmobile body. It is missing one head. Other than that, it's actually a really nice car, except it's missing the entire rear post. But this car was in my collection for many years because it was the best one I had found at that time. But I thought I would let that go. We have a Green Willys, nice Aurora Green Willys, open rivet chassis that someone has put a set of, looks like Auto World AFX style wheels on. We are going to have one of my favorite Tycos, actually. This body right here, I really like these, and that's actually a really good one, and that one's going to go up. And then I thought a little bit of G+, so we're going to have a little bit of G+, nice complete car, not bad, a little bit of chrome wear. And then just to really get the Mopar guys pumping here, we got a sweetheart. I guess you could call it petty, even though it's not petty colors, but in good shape. needs a tire, needs a pickup shoe spring, and some stuff like that. Like I said, as they've come to me. Now, this next car is proof that that therapy actually does work. And I'm going to allow one of my hot rod coupes to get away. I have hoarded these, everything I have ever found hot rod coupe for years, and I finally have allowed myself to start selling the extras, duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates. And this is a pretty good starter for someone. And that will be in the auction. Another car that I really enjoy. This is a pretty good car, not a perfect car by any means. Once again, as it come to me, tires are missing, and that will be in it. One decent Willys body. Once again, this is how they've come to me. And then one, I believe this would be the Tough Ones dune buggy. And then because it's rally week here in South Dakota, there will be a motorcycle. Really nice looking, decent condition motorcycle. And then this is I like these bodies. I don't know if anyone out there's tried to race them. They're a bit of a challenge, but they're a good body. This is just a nice, complete, original example of that. You don't get that. and then we've got a really decent Chevelle body on a fair chassis, but really nice. It's good to see some of these that don't have bent posts and broken mounts, because that's usually how they look. But that guy's going to go up. Nice Tyco pickup. Chassis fair. Someone put AFX wheels on it, and they were trying to make a Tyco cool, and they fell short. And so this guy right here, this one's a bit of a racer. It's complete. It's got a few decals, but it does have trimmed wheel wells. They're trimmed in the front right here for the bigger tires. But it's a nice, solid rivet chassis. Great builder, great restorer, customizer, whatever you want to do there. This here is I believe it's a Dash, right? I believe this is a Dash 55 Chevy, and it was just an extra that I had, and that'll be going up, and it's just in really nice shape. And that's a good preview. I am going to throw one of these on if there's any Earnhardt guys out there. This is actually a really nice, complete car right there. And oh, my pickup. I forgot my little pickup. I have another affinity, and that's for these little pickups, but once again, I have decided to let a few of them go, and this is actually a pretty nice one.
It's got bumpers on it.
Right, I know. A lot of people don't know that they came with bumpers. No. And
that's the first one I've seen with a bumper.
And a roll bar, right?
That's
right. Those were not special order accessories. They actually did come with those.
Yeah. One of the things that we're also going to do is try every week to have a grab bag. It's going to be a surprise. You don't know what you're getting, but you're going to get something cool.
Yeah, and not in this auction, but I have literal mounds of parts, and I think I'm gonna do the hand grab mound of parts, and I'm just gonna reach in and grab a handful and pour it, and then that'll be something for guys to get, because that's fun to pick through and put cars together and build chassis and stuff. And then I do have another thing. I ended up with a bunch of these. And this is new old stock, AJ's track cleaning liquid. And what I didn't understand when I bought these is if you read at the top of that, it says track cleaner refill kit. And I didn't know it until I got it. And you see this little deal around here. That's actually the felt that you would replace on your AJ's track cleaner. That's a brand new felt
Oscar,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah, or Oscar, yeah. And underneath here you can't see it, but underneath the bottle is also the sanding pad that goes under the front of your Oscar right here. So it's kind of like a rebuild kit for your Oscar, and so that'll be up too, and so that'll be available. And then just for the heck of it, I also got some AJ's vintage oil, and that'll be up too if anyone's into that and they want to try it out and see how the old oil compares to the new versions, and so that'll be available as well. And so I guess that's kind of the run of what we've got this week.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so that's kind of the inaugural kickoff. There's everything from Tyco to motorcycles to F1s, and a few T-Jets in there as well. So
yeah, there will always be some T-Jets. I mean, the one thing about the Hosers Club is it truly is T-Jet based, and we do run a magnet traction class and an AFX class, but really everything is TJet based after that, and so.
Yeah, so that's kind of keep an eye on this page. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, because some of the updates when we're going to be doing the live auctions, we'll put up here. We'll put it on the Facebook page as well. But just so you have a heads up, we'll probably be doing them. We're talking about like Monday evenings. Nothing happens on Monday evenings. No TV shows that that people watch are on Mondays. So Monday is just kind of like you sit around waiting for Tuesday or Wednesday.
Waiting for the next weekend.
That's right. That's right. So you just come off of a nice racing weekend, and you're just kind of sitting back. So now, hopefully we'll have something to do on a Monday evening. You can pull up your phone and watch some live auctioning and maybe participate as well. So keep an eye out, again, on the YouTube channel and also the Facebook page if you're a Facebooker. And again, on the YouTube channel, we're going to have all kinds of fun things. We're going to introduce some of the guys in our club, talk about maybe their tracks. There's, what do we got, 8, 9, 10 tracks in the area?
It's a bunch, and more coming.
Yeah, and so that we, once our season kicks off, we rotate. Some of these guys have 2 tracks, so it's like you show up and it's like, which track are we racing on this week? Yeah. Carl has 4, and we might even show a glimpse of one of his tracks. That's right, not necessarily behind us, but it's
behind you.
Behind you, yeah. And we'll kind of show a glimpse of that. And again, we're going to have fun stuff. We're going to do tuning tips. The YouTube channel hopefully will be something that people can just go to and get all kinds of free information and just share this crazy hobby that we all call slot carring, or I guess I just called it that.
Yeah, that's a new word.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the other things I hope that is born out of this is other clubs or other people who are thinking about starting a club, that maybe this is that thing that pushes them to do that. And right now, the club we have right now is the club that I prayed for as a kid, dreamed of having as a kid, because we have such great people in it, and who are just truly enjoying slot cars, and that's really great. And I would love to see other clubs start up, and that's where we'll talk about the classes that we run and why we run them, and the rules that we run. We try to keep it as simple as possible, which is becoming more and more difficult, but that's one of the things I hope that comes out of this too.
Yeah, we rotate classes. What do we got, like 10 different classes of cars? But we rotate them, through.
Yeah.
We'll run for a month and a half, 3 or 4 classes.
A series. We run a series, where we take 3 of the classes we have, and then we run that for a series of usually 6 weeks, sometimes 8, but any club that, if you don't have good structure, you lose some of the fun. And so we do keep track of points. We have a point system, and at the end of that point system, we also maintain our own parts box. And that we pay back based on position, and then you can then buy things out of the parts box. We've kept our entry fee at $5 per person each weekend. It's really been that way since the beginning, and we really haven't changed it. But we have changed the amount that we pay back so that we can try and get some money ahead. Every time I make an order, it seems like the club owes me a lot of money. And so
Yeah.
But it always comes back in the end.
And one of the fun things that we do every year is have an invitational race. This year will be the 18th annual.
18th, yes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So, and yeah, it's growing. I mean, last year we sold out. And it was
Last year was the biggest one we've ever had.
What, 19 people show up?
I believe we had 19 racers.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it was a really great day actually. But it was a day of a lot of new things, because we had never run one with that many people or that many brackets. And so they took a lot longer than we had anticipated, and so there was a lot of learning with the last race.
It's on a brand new track with a
That's
brand new
right,
car.
brand
you know?
new. Yeah, really, he
Yeah.
had just finished cleaning out his garage for this event, so everything had to come together,
Yeah.
and it did in the end.
And it did, yeah.
And it really was a really good race, right to the end. Right to the end, there could have been 3 to 4 people that could have won that, and it came right down to that last lane, and that's the race you won.
Yep, yep, exactly. So that's what we're up to. TJet Club. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to building this channel as a place where people can go and learn stuff and catch up. And again, we have a bunch of classes that we run, and maybe we'll even put the challenge out there. Say this is our class, and a lot of them are based on stock T-Jets. And we got a stock
Simple.
tire stock T-Jet class that's one of the funnest classes. you know.
Yeah, that's simple, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's simple. The rules are simple, and it's pretty easy to tell when someone doesn't have a stock tire T-Jet, and so
Yeah, especially on a tub track when you got hills and
right.
stuff.
And
Yeah. Speaking of the tub track, let's take a look at it. This thing is just a thing of beauty. We got right behind you, which is in front of us. This is the tub track in all of its glory. And you can see, and we race on this quite a few times a season.
You know, me as a collector, I never thought for a minute that I would ever have the opportunity to own a tub track. But that opportunity came up, and I jumped on it, and I absolutely love this thing. Every time I walk down here and turn the lights on, there it is.
Yeah, 6 lanes, all one side.
AFX track.
Yeah, AFX track. So that's the tub track that we race on, and that is a fun track.
Yeah, it's surprising to me how competitive the layout is. I have been pretty surprised about that. We have yet to have someone run all 6 lanes. I mean, I know I haven't done it, and I've paid attention to other people to see if they've done it. And the way this track is lined out, you would really have to be rolling to win all 6 lanes, and I don't believe that's happened yet. I've been kind of paying attention to it. It's a very competitive track, but it things happen fast in the
Yeah.
and you got to watch your hands. If people have their hands on the edge, then the cars run into them, and it creates all kinds of chaos.
Especially when we're running semi trucks and trailers.
Right? Right. Yeah, that's right.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here. We've been on for 25 minutes. But I just wanted to, I wanted this to be a live thing, but YouTube
Technology.
YouTube doesn't allow that unless you have more followers than we have.
So we need more followers.
Yeah,
is
so
what we're saying.
share with your friends. The first rule of Slot Club or TJet Club
TJ Club.
is talk about TJet Club. So tell your friends, share it. So let's get this thing built up so that we can have a lot of fun and just kind of go forward and all get better at the same time. So I think on that note, we're gonna check out of here. Again, go to TJetClub.com. Also the Facebook page, Facebook.com/TJetClub, and then also here. Subscribe all those places, and let's build this thing up to something that we can all have fun with. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm Doug Napier. This is Carl Satterley, and until next time we'll check in. And again, we're gonna try and do it Mondays.
Yep.
Will be our live auction. So pay attention and see you there.
Right.
All right.